Okay, we'll go through these together. Repeat after me. Civil.
Civil.
Civility.
Civility.
Civilize.
Civilized.
Civilization.
Civilization.
Equal.
Equal.
Equality.
Equality.
Equalize.
Equalize.
Equalization.
Equalization.
Fertile.
Fertile.
Fertility.
Fertility.
Fertilize.
Fertilize.
Fertilization.
Fertilization.
Final.
Final.
Finality.
Finality.
Finalize.
Finalize.
Finalization.
Finalization.
General.
General.
Generality.
Generality.
Generalize.
Generalize.
Generalization.
Generalization.
Hospital.
Hospital.
Hospitality.
Hospitality.
Hospitalize.
Hospitalize.
Hospitalization.
Hospitalization.
Legal.
Legal.
Legality.
Legality.
Legalize.
Legalize.
Legalization.
Legalization.
Mobile.
Mobile.
Mobility.
Mobility.
Mobilize.
Mobilize.
Mobilization.
Mobilization.
National.
National.
Nationality.
Nationality.
Nationalize.
Nationalize.
Nationalization.
Nationalization.
Neutral.
Neutral.
Neutrality.
Neutrality.
Neutralize.
Neutralize.
Neutralization.
Neutralization.
Personal.
Personal.
Personality.
Personality.
Personalize.
Personalize.
Personalization.
Personalization.
Real.
Real.
Reality.
Reality.
Realize.
Realize.
Realization.
Realization.
Stable.
Stable.
Stability.
Stability.
Stabilize.
Stabilize.
Stabilization.
Stabilization.
Sterile.
Sterile.
Sterility.
Sterility.
Sterilize.
Sterilize.
Sterilization.
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 Okay, so we're going to go like this. Like this, okay? Like this. Each person reads each one word, starting with Gino. Loud as possible. One word.
Civil. Civility.
Civilize.
Civilize.
Civilize. Civilize. Civilize.
Civilize.
Next.
Civilization. Equal. Quality. Equalize.
Equalization.
Fertile. Fertile.
Fertile becomes a flap. Fertile.
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 Next.
Fertility.
Very good. Next.
Fertilize.
Fertilization. Fertilization.
Fertile.
Fertile.
This is very difficult because you have the R and the flap. Fertile. 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 I think fertile. Fertile. I think that's British English. Fertile. I don't know. But here in America, we usually say fertile. Fertile. Next.
Final. Finality.
Louder.
Finality.
Next. Okay. Next.
General. Generality.
Very good.
Generalize.
Very good.
Generalization.
Huh?
Generalization.
Okay. Generalization. Generalization. Usually general. J and A. J and A. J and Z. Generalization.
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 Next.
Hospital.
Very good. Next.
Hospitality.
Huh?
Hospitality.
Okay, first one. What's the first one?
Hospital.
Hospital. So it becomes, T becomes a flat, right?
Hospital.
What happens to the next one? Hospitality. Hospitality. Why?
But there's stress.
Stress. Okay. One more time.
Hospitality.
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 Hospitality. Very good. Next. Starting with Gino again.
Hospitalize. Hospitalize.
Okay, give us the flat.
Hospitalize.
Hospitalize. Hospitalize.
Hospitalize.
Next.
Hospitalization.
Hospital. Okay. Next.
River.
Next.
Legality.
Legality or legal. Use a schwa. Legality or legality. That's fine. Legality. Next.
Legalize.
Next.
Sorry, legalization.
Huh?
Legalization.
Very good. Next.
Mobile.
Perfect. Mobile. Okay, mobile. Stress is a mo, so it becomes mobile. Mobile. Okay. Next.
Mobility.
Perfect. Next.
Mobilize.
Perfect. Next.
Mobilization.
Good. Next.
National.
Good. Next.
National.
Huh?
National.
Give us the flap. Nationality. Nationality.
National.
Becomes a flap here. Okay. Nationality. Next.
Nationalize.
Next.
Nationalization.
Next. Next.
Neutrality.
What?
Neutrality.
Neutrality. TR. TR together. TR. Whenever you have TR together, T sounds like what? True. True. Like tree. 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 Like church. So leap rounding. Neutrality. One more time.
Neutrality.
One more time. No. No point. Huh?
Neutrality.
Very good. Neutrality. Next.
Neutralize.
Next.
Neutralization.
Next.
Personal.
Next.
Personality.
Give us the flap.
Personality.
Very good. Personality. Next.
Personalize.
Next.
Personalization.
Next.
Real.
Next.
Reality.
Next. Realize.
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 Realize. Next.
Realization.
Next.
Stable.
Next.
Stability. Stability.
Stability.
Stability.
Stable.
Stable.
Stability. Stability.
Stability. Stabilize.
Huh?
Stabilize.
Louder.
Stabilize.
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 Next.
Stabilization.
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 Okay, next.
Stable.
Sterile. Fertile. Sterile. Okay, next.
Sterility.
Very good. Give us the flap.
Sterility.
Very good. One more time.
Sterility.
Sterility. Sterility. Sterile plus sterility. Okay. Plus sterility. Stable. Stability.
Stability.
Next.
Sterilize.
Huh?
Sterilize.
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 Next.
Sterilization.
Sterilization. Any questions?
What is the pronunciation of mobile or mobile?
Mobile.
Which one's right?
Mobile. In
Mobile.
American English, mobile is more common. Whenever you have here the ILE, it's usually O.
Oh.
Sterile,
Sterile.
mobile,
Fertile.
fertile. Okay?
But in TV, when people say mobile,
Mobile,
T-Mobile.
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 T-Mobile?
T-Mobile.
You mean the phone? The T-Mobile. It's T-Mobile, right?
T-Mobile.
No, it's not mobile. People say T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. Yeah. See, again, your brain is tricking you. People say mobile, but you look at it and you think, okay, it's M-O-B-I-L-E. It has to be mobile. So people are saying mobile, but you hear it as mobile. I think. I mean, mobile is not a wrong pronunciation, but mobile is more common in American English. You can say fertile. Fertile is okay. It's not the wrong pronunciation, but it's just not that common in American English. Okay? So if you insist on saying fertile, that's okay. But if people say fertile, you need to understand it. Okay? Okay. Today I have a cartoon that is really funny. Trust me, this one will be funny. If this is not funny, I don't know what is. But in order to make sure that this will be funny, you will laugh. I decided to do some priming. You know the word? Everybody knows Batman, right? Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin. Huh? Robin. Stress is here, raw. So it becomes Robin. Or Robin. Becomes an unstressed vowel, Robin. It's not Robin. Robin. Okay? Batman and Robin. You know where they live? Huh? Gotham? No. Okay. How do you read this? Gotham. Gotham? No. No one's gonna understand you. It's not Gotham. It's not even Gotham. If you say Gotham, maybe you have a chance. It's thumb. It's voiceless. Okay? Gotham. You know what Gotham is? You know what that means? You know what that refers to? It's actually a nickname for New York. New York City, okay? So you know Batman and Robin, do you know where they live? They live in New York, huh?
What's the reason for Gotham?
I have no idea. You know why? I don't know. American writer Washington Irving, I think, he started using this name. I don't know why. So Batman and Robin, they live in New York. Every superhero lives in New York. Superman lives in New York. You know Spider-Man?
Yes, he lives in New York.
Did you see Spider-Man 2? Yeah. He's really smart, you know, right? He's really into science. He's really good at science. But he can't, I mean, if he's really good at science, he has to come to our school, right? But he goes to what school? He goes to Columbia in New York. Why? Because he has to live in New York. He can't come to Boston. He can't come to MIT. He can't go to Harvard. Why?
Yes, he's a superhero. Because he's a superhero.
But but Superman and Batman, if they wanted to, they could move here actually. But not Spider-Man. Why?
There must be a building.
Very good. Spider-Man, he needs tall buildings. So. Okay. So this is, how do you say this? Gotham. Okay. So now, H, stress is here, becomes schwa, unstressed syllable. Gotham. Very important. If you say Gotham, nobody's going to understand you. Gotham. Okay? So this is a cartoon. This is about when you're supposed to laugh now. Come on. This is not funny? Batman and Robin, right? Holy. How would you read this? Okay. How do you say this? Where's the stress? Syllable, right? Okay. We're adding okay. Occasion. The stress is here now. Okay. Now here, read this. Batman and Robin are called in to free Gotham from the grip of an evil graphic designer. And the graphic designer, you know graphic designer?
Yes.
He or she made the sign, like visit, how do you read this? Gotham. Gotham. It's not Gotham anymore. Gotham. Gotham. No, that's not funny. Gotham, Gotham. Okay. Now, why am I doing this?
What's the meaning of Gotham?
Gotham? Oh, it's like got milk. You know the commercial got milk? Got milk, do you have milk? Got milk, okay? Got ham. So we have ham, got ham, got ham, got ham. Now here, you can't say got hum. Just got ham, got ham, got ham. But here, you have to say got thumb. Okay? The vowel gets reduced. But here, the vowel is not reduced because this is a compound. Compound. What's a compound? What's a compound? So compound, if you turn to our textbook on page 107, page 107 in your textbook. Page 107. Page 107. Page 107. Page 107. Does anybody want to read page 107 for us? A compound noun is. A compound noun is. Wonyo? A compound noun is.
A sequence of two or more words that together have a new meaning and function as a single noun.
Okay, read on.
The second element or word of the compound is a noun. The first element is usually a noun, but may also be another part of speech. A compound noun may be written as one or two words.
Okay, so a compound noun is a sequence of two or more words that together have a new meaning and function as a single noun. Function as a single noun, okay? That's a compound. We turn to, and we have some examples: roommate, newspaper, school bus, waste paper basket. But the important thing about compound nouns is that if you turn to page 108, we have the word weekend, right? This is a compound. This is not a compound. This is a compound. This is not a compound because we have two words here, week and end. Two words that we could actually recognize, right? This is one word. Where's the stress? We, right? So you say weekend, weekend, okay? In a normal word, single word, if you have a stressed syllable, unstressed syllables becomes right? Weekend. But in a compound noun, the second, in a compound noun or noun compounds, it's always the first one that gets stress. The second one has a secondary stress. Okay? So you do not say weekend. You say weekend. Weekend. Okay? Weekend. 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 Okay? So Gotham, one word, becomes Gotham. But Gotham. 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 Okay? It's Gotham. That's very important. Okay. Now, you could turn to page 63 in your course packet. Compounds. So we actually have 4 different compounds. One, the most common one is the noun compounds. We say sometimes noun compounds or compound nouns. Both are interchangeable. Okay? The most common ones are noun compounds. We also have verb compounds, adjective compounds, and adverb compounds. Okay? Adverb compounds are the least common one. So we're not really going to talk about adverb compounds. Noun compounds, the most important thing that you want to remember is the place of stress. Where is the stress? First one. First one. That's very important. Okay? Noun compounds can actually consist of 2 nouns, like A, or adjective and nouns, like B. So first A, toothbrush. Repeat after me. Toothbrush.
Toothbrush.
Window seat.
Window seat.
Airplane.
Airplane.
Laundry basket.
Laundry basket.
Okay?
Laundry.
Let's look at this, B. We could also have adjectives and noun together, and they can form a compound. Okay? It could be written as one word, or it could be written as two words. Blackboard.
Blackboard.
Dark room.
Dark room.
Cheapskates.
Cheapskates.
White House.
White House.
English teacher.
English teacher.
Head doctor.
Head doctor.
Now the question is, okay, so what's the difference? If you have if you have an adjective and noun that do not function as a compound, noun compound, the stress is where?
No.
In the noun, okay? We haven't really talked about this yet. We haven't talked about this yet, but usually you put most stress on the last content word. Okay, adjective is a content word, and noun is a content word. We have adjective and noun. Okay, we put more stress on the last content word usually. So that's why the noun gets more stress. Okay, so how do you say this?
Blackboard.
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 Dark room. Cheapskates. White House. English teacher. Head doctor. Okay. So I mean, what's a blackboard? That's a blackboard, right? And that's not even black, is it? But we say blackboard, right? But blackboard is, what's a blackboard? Board that is black, right? What's a dark room?
For the photo, where the photo is.
How do you?
For the photo, when you develop the photo.
Develop photos,
yeah,
pictures,
yeah.
dark room. You need a dark room to develop photos, dark room. You can't just be any room that's dark. I think you need more things, okay? I could make this a dark room by turning off the lights, but I can't make it a dark room. Okay? What's a cheapskate? A cheapskate or cheapskate, 2 cheapskates. What's a cheapskate?
Someone who do not use his money.
Okay, someone who's cheap, someone who's stingy, someone who's stingy. Okay, who doesn't want to spend his money that well. Cheapskates is skates that are cheap. Who lives in the White House? Huh? George Bush. George W. Bush. Okay? W. Bush. He lives in the White House. I live in a White House. I'm serious. I live in a White House. But nobody lives in the White House except George Bush right now. Okay? And it'll be that way for the next 4 years. Too. White House. Live in the White House. Okay? George Bush lives in the White House. you say the whole sentence?
George Bush
Lives in a White House.
White House. But Isaiah lives in a White House.
Lives in White House.
Okay.
How?
Isaiah is an English teacher or English teacher?
English teacher.
English teacher.
English teacher.
Isaiah, I'm an English teacher from Korea. Okay? I'm not an English teacher. What's an English teacher? Teacher from England. Teacher from England, right? English teacher is someone who teaches English. Okay?
Can you repeat
English teacher. English teacher. Okay? So I'm an English teacher. I'm an English teacher, I'm not an English teacher. I'm a Korean teacher. But I'm not a Korean teacher. Okay? Well, we're Korean American teacher. What's a head doctor? Head doctor. Head doctor.
Chief. Is it important doctor?
Chief of staff. Chief would be head doctor. Head doctor. Chief is head doctor. Okay, you can say my brother is a head doctor. My brother is a head doctor. My brother is the head doctor at his hospital, something like that. But you could say my brother is a head doctor. Head doctor. I mean, that's usually for kids. You should say instead of head doctor. How would you read this? Where's the stress? Okay, the first thing you want to do is what? Find out the stress, right? Okay, where's the stress? Kai. Okay, Kai. So everything else becomes what? So we're gonna say Kai, okay? We have this vowel, this vowel, this vowel. What are you gonna do? Schwa, 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 right? So Sakai. What happens here? What happens here? Yeah. Psychiatrist. Okay. But here actually, people say psy also. I actually say psychiatrist. I say psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Okay. So. Psychiatrist. So, which one is a psychiatrist?
Head doctor.
Which one?
Head doctor.
Head doctor. Head doctor. Okay.
The doctor.
No, head doctor. Head doctor. Okay. Now we could have simple compounds or complex compounds. Airplane wing. Cowboy hat. Hot dog bun. Tap dance school. These are complex compounds. Still, the word that gets most stress is the first noun. Airplane wing, cowboy hat, hot dog bun, tap dance school. Okay. You know what a hot dog is, right? Hot dog.
The bread.
The bread. Bun is bread. You like hot dogs?
Yes.
Not hot dogs, right? Hot dogs, not hot dogs, right? Hot dogs. Yeah. Okay. So how would you say this? The first one. How would you say the?
Matthew found this.
How would you say the first one?
Matthew found the blackbird. Matthew found the blackbird. Blackbird. Matthew found the blackbird.
Okay. Jin, can you say the first sentence?
Matthew found the blackbird nest.
Very good. Blackbird nest. Okay. Blackbird nest. Blackbird nest. Okay. Yuan, can you say the second sentence?
Matthew found the blackbird nest.
Blackbird nest. Blackbird nest. Blackbird nest. Bird nest. What kind of nest? Bird nest. Okay. Compound is actually trying to figure out what you look at a word, right? Or two adjective noun. It's actually very difficult to figure out whether this is compound noun or adjective and noun. It's actually very difficult. One thing you could do is to ask yourself, if you could say, what kind of nest is it? You could say it's a bird nest. Then it's a compound noun. That's just one of many ways. If you say, what kind of brush is it? It's a toothbrush. What kind of brush is it? It's a hairbrush, paintbrush. Then it's a compound noun, right? You could say, what kind of nest is it, right?
Bird.
It's a blackbird nest.
Bird nest.
So here, it's a bird nest that is black.
Yes.
But here, it's blackbird is a kind of bird. It's a blackbird nest. So you say blackbird nest. Okay.
So only the nest is black, right?
Which one? This one?
The second one.
The second one.
What's
It's
black?
a black.
What is black?
Bird is black or?
Nest is black
It's a
or
blackbird nest.
Nest is black.
Oh,
black.
nest is black. It's a blackbird nest. Yes, nest is black. Not the bird. It's a blackbird nest. It's a blackbird nest. Not the bird. Nest is black.
Nest
Nest
is
is.
black, yes.
It's a nest that is black. It's a bird nest that is black.
Yes.
Okay, it's a. Okay. Now, verb compounds. Verb compounds, what you want to remember is, just like noun compounds, what do you do with the noun compounds? Where is the stress?
In the first one.
First one or the second one? First one. It doesn't matter whether it's adjective or a noun. The first one is always stressed. In a verb compound, it's also the same. You stress the first word. Okay? You stress the first one. Here. House it. Handcuff. Ghost right. Tiptoe. Videotape. Okay? Now, this becomes important because last week we learned that when you have a prefix in a verb, what happens? Prefix usually no stress, right? So you say overflow, insult, conduct, protest, record. Okay? So you don't want to get those two mixed up. Okay, that's a very common mistake. Students learn, okay, prefix. Wow, in a verb, you stress the second one. Okay, oh, that's easy. And you read something like this, how sit, handcuff, goes right. No, these are compounds. Compounds, and words that has prefixes, they are different. Okay, so fact one, compound nouns and verbs are always stressed in the first word. There are no exceptions. Compound nouns and verbs always stressed in this first word. Fact two, prefixes are not stressed in verbs. Okay, there are no exceptions. Prefixes are never stressed in verbs and adjectives, but are stressed in nouns. Some nouns. We usually with Germanic prefixes, okay, and some Latinate prefixes too. So we have those two part of speech alternations: record, record, right? Insult, permit. Any other? Huh? Yeah, record. Any other words? Any other? Huh? Conduct. Come on, give me some examples. I'm conducting. Huh? Huh? Present. Present. Okay. Very important. Did you see the movie Memento?
Yes.
Memento? Memento. Stress is a men. Memento. Memento. Memento.
Is it from Latin?
Memento.
Memento means memorize.
Latin? Yes, yes.
If that's Latin, I think it should be memento.
Stress is a men. Memento.
Yes.
In Latin pronunciations,
Memento. That moment.
Stress is in the second syllable. Memento.
That is fine, but in Latin, I don't think every vowel becomes short.
Oh, but now it's English. I don't care if it comes from Greek or Latin, but we say it as an English word, so it becomes memento. Memento. We say it as memento. No, if you see that movie, he writes like fact on his body, right? So I made this lesson after watching that movie. So
fact one.
it's a fact 1, fact 2. Okay, adjective compounds. It's a little bit more complicated. Verb compounds, noun compounds, always stress in the first syllable. Okay, adjective compounds. Usually, the default is stress in the second one. Okay, like this. My dog's well trained. My dog's well trained. It's second hand. Second hand. He's good looking. He's good looking. Looking. Not Luke. Luke. Luke is Luke. I'm your father. Okay? Look. Look, he's good looking. He's good looking. Okay, but if these compound adjectives are followed by nouns, then you shift the stress. You put the stress at on the first word. So you say,
Well-trained dog.
well-trained dog. Second-hand bookstore. Second-hand bookstore. Second-hand bookstore. Second-hand bookstore. Good looking. Haircut. Yes? Yes? $10. Harvard Square, $10. Very cheap. Well, I'm not a cheapskate. So. Okay, the teen numbers, as well as all hyphenated numbers, they're compound adjectives. Okay. So, for instance, Isaiah was 17. Isaiah was 17. Isaiah was 17. Isaiah was 17 when he first came to America. Isaiah was 17. Isaiah was 17. But here you say 17 years old. 17 years old. The stress is on 7. 17 years old. 17 years old. Okay? Or 27 years old. 27 years old. But here, so the stress is here, 20 and 7. Here you say Isaiah's 27. Isaiah's 27. I wish. Isaiah's 27. Isaiah's 27.
Joking?
What? No, this is true. Look at the tense. Isaiah is 27. I kind of stopped getting older after a certain point. Okay. The T numbers, 30 and 70, are always stressed on the first syllable. So you say, so how do you tell the difference between 30 and 13? 30. You put stress 30. 13. 13. 13. Okay? But here, if in cases like these, we put stress on the third. The 13. Or 30. So how do you tell the difference? If the stress moves to the first one. 13. Very good. Flap. Flap. You pay attention to the flap. 30. If you hear a flap, then it becomes a 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, 30, 40. But 13, 14, 15. Okay, you pay attention to the flap.
30.
Okay, reflexives are actually kind of, you can think of it as exceptions. because my,
Self.
Myself.
these are two words, right?
Right.
Two words. But then we always put stress on the second one. Myself,
Myself.
yourself,
Yourself.
herself,
Herself.
himself,
Self.
ourselves,
Ourselves.
themselves.
Themselves.
Okay?
Yourselves.
We're going to stop here. We're going to take a look at phrasal verbs next time. Okay, H is very interesting. They're playing cards. They're playing cards. If you say they're playing cards, what does that mean? They're playing cards. A deck of cards. They're playing cards. Okay, and they are playing cards. If you say they're playing cards, they're playing cards. Playing games with the cards, okay? Fascinating, no? Just by moving the stress, they're playing cards becomes they are nouns. They're playing cards. Playing becomes a verb. Don't you find that fascinating? The stress makes a huge difference. What about K? Are they washing machines? This is something that we haven't talked about yet, but we're going to talk about intonation later on. Once you go up, you don't want to come down. Are they washing machines? You don't say, are they washing machines? You don't say, are they washing machines? If you went up on washing, right? Then you have to stay up. Are they washing machines? Machines? You say, are they washing machines? Are they washing machines? And then washing becomes, again, present participle. Washing, a verb, okay? Are they washing machines? Are they washing machines? Fascinating. Fascinating. Amazing. Now, any other questions about this? Or what about N? Have you ever seen a boardwalk? Have you ever seen a boardwalk? Or what does the second one mean? Have you ever seen a boardwalk? Have you ever seen a boardwalk? What does that mean? Cartoon, cartoon. Some boards, they walk. Right? Have you ever seen a board walk? Walk is a verb there. Okay? Seen, okay, have you ever seen Michael Jordan play? Okay, see something. See is an interesting verb. It takes a bare infinitive. Okay, see, watch him play, see him play. Okay. Have you ever seen a board walk? Okay, now let's turn to, any other questions about this? Any other questions about compounds? No? Okay, now let's turn to what? Where are we? Yeah. Course packet, page 66. You turn to page 66. Okay, so we're going to number off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay?
1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, so if you're number 1, you're going to be looking at page 66, okay? Your partner number 1. If you're number 2, you're going to look at page 67, okay? So think about the stress. Think about the stress. Okay, partner 1. For instance, you say, how many people were at your party? And you just read your answer. About 40. 40. Okay, get the flap there. 40. Okay? And so you read 8, you go through 8 questions and then switch roles. Okay, switch roles. And partner 2 asks from 9 to 16. Okay? And partner 1 answers the question. Okay? Let's do that.
She's 8.
How old is Janice? How much does this shirt cost?
Sorry?
How much does this shirt cost?
I ask, then you answer. How old is Janet? How much does this shirt cost? How many stamps do you need? Which is actually how old is your friend? What game can I have on my place? Play.
They are 40.
How many of you have?
Course will bring the race.
How old is Tyler?
It's 16.
How many cars are there?
How many
Circle.
How many
How many cars are there in evening? There are 40.
How many lists are in the
Which course will meet the race?
Ready, I think.
How many names are on the list?
13 names.
How many homes is there in the beach?
16.
Looking for a pencil? Finished? Ooh. No, not yet.
Who drives a cab?
I have a student.
Tyler. Tyler.
He is 16.
He is
16.
He's 16. He's 16. 16. He's 16. 16.
16. There are 40.
40. There's 40.
40.
I'll just do the first one.
Number 8.
Finished?
I think. 13. 13.
Okay. Did you finish the first one?
16.
Just do the first one now. First one? You finished the first one? Any questions? Any questions? The first one's very easy, right? Okay, what about 12? What's the answer for 12? Okay, the partner 2. Everyone, partner 2. Read question 12, please. Partner 2.
How old is Tyler?
One more time.
How old is Tyler?
One more time.
How old is Tyler?
How old is what? Tyler. Okay. And number 1? He's 16. He's 16. Okay. He's 16. He's 16. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to any questions about number 1? Okay. Let's move on to the second one, the bottom one. Same thing. If you're partner 1, you ask the question, who drives the cab? And you say, partner 2 says what? Who drives a cab? A cab driver. Cab driver. Okay. D-R-I-V-E-R. How do you say D-R-I-V-E-R? Driver. Lip rounding. Driver. Okay.
Delivers milk.
Sign page.
Who examines people's eyes?
I know.
Who puts out fires? Fire with cardio. Who makes dresses? And dressmaker. Who washes dishes? Wash dishes. Dishwasher. Who delivers milk? Milkman. Disc jockey. Who teaches French teacher. Who sells cars? Who reports the news?
At a bank. Yes.
Truck driver. Who delivers mail? Mailman. Who plays the records on the radio? Disc jockey. Who stands by the doorman?
News reporter. Reporter. Good.
A news report. A news report.
Yes.
Who makes dresses?
French. French teacher. French teacher. You see. Sign painter. Sign painter.
Who delivered you?
So what? Yeah, furnace. So what kind of painter is he? He's a sign painter.
French teacher.
Sign painter.
French teacher.
No, yeah. No. You put stress on the first one. This one. Put stress on the first one. Question?
Kadira.
You had a question?
Yes. Dishwasher here.
Dishwasher.
Is it a machine? If you say
Dishwasher is a machine. No, dishwasher. Dishwashing machine. It's a person, right? Who washes dishes? Yes, dishwasher. Compound noun. It's a compound noun, right? So you put stress on the first one. Dishwasher. Dishwasher. Yeah. Yes. Dishwashing machine. Dishwashing machine. What do you dishwashing machine? Yeah, dishwashing machine. Dishwashing machine. Put dishwashing machine. Dishwashing machine. Yeah.
car is not usually actually no. Doesn't dishwasher mean a machine?
You got me on that one. I'm confused now. Dishwasher. Dishwasher. Do you have a dishwasher? I think so too. Dishwasher. Dishwasher. Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll look it up. Dishwasher. Okay. Okay, partner one, number one. Partner one, number one. Read the question. Partner one. 2. Partner 2 answers the question. Cab driver. Okay, number 2. Okay, answer. A sign painter. 3.
Who counts money in the bank?
One more time.
Who counts money in the bank?
One more time.
Who counts money in the bank?
At a bank. Add up. Becomes a flap. Add up. Who counts money at a bank?
Who counts money in the bank?
Add up. Add up. Add up. Okay? So you do not want to say at. You don't want to say at. If you say at, you're finished. Say add up. Add up. At a bank. At a bank. Think of linking at a bank. Okay, the answer? A bank teller. A bank teller. Next. One more time. Answer. Huh? A night. Oh, night. A night doctor. A night doctor. A night doctor. Okay, next. Who puts out fires? Next. The answer? Huh? Fireman. Okay, next. Answer? Okay, next.
Who washes dishes?
The answer? Huh? Louder. Okay, next question. Okay, the answer? Milkman or milkman. Okay, next. Number 9. A French teacher who teaches French. French teacher. 10. The answer?
Car dealer.
Okay, 11. The answer? Okay, 12. Answer? A truck driver. Truck driver. 13. The answer? A mailman. Okay. 14. Answer? Disc jockey. 15. Answer? Doorman. 16. The answer? Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. You can get ready to go home.
Report is a verb.
Report is a verb.
And if this word is noun,
This is a report. I need to write a report. Yes, report. So that's, yeah. Not all words, not all pairs follow those part of speech alternation pattern. Report, control, survey. You know, one thing actually you can get ready to pack up. You know, fireman. That's actually supposed to be, according to the rule, you're supposed to say what? Fireman. Because it's a compound, right? So you're supposed to say fireman. It's not supposed to get reduced to a schwa, but we say fireman. But I mean, now we don't even say fireman now. We say, what do we say? Firefighters, right? Instead of policemen, we say police officers, right? But it's actually, it does not follow the rule. It's supposed to be policeman. But nobody says policeman. Policeman becomes reduced, right? Actually, you know Friends? You know Friends? TV show Friends? You know Joe? Not so smart guy in that show. One of the episodes, he goes, you know what? You know how we say policeman and fireman? And other people go, yeah, and? And Joe goes, don't you think we should say Superman and Spider-Man, Batman? But it's actually the other way around, right? According to our rule, we should say policeman, right? Not Superman follows the rule because it's a compound. Superman, Batman. We're not supposed to say Batman, okay? Okay, for homework, on Thursday, there's no class on Thursday. We have a Veterans Day. What's on Thursday, what? Veterans Day. Get the flap. Veterans Day. Okay, on Tuesday, please read these chapters. Chapter 13 and 14 for big picture. And Accurate English, chapter 8.